Hello, everyone. We are back. Apologies. No, you are not tripping balls. This is a change of voice. There was a little bit of an issue with the comms, but we are back. We're jumping in. We are under VSC safety car conditions. We've got Gob still in the lead, as he has been all race, as you heard previously. We've got Rapajala in P2, where he has been all race. Jerabot up into P3. The Alpine of VSX has jumped up 5 positions. We've got Felzy in the Mercedes up 3, as we've got... is that J-Swole? J-Swole in the RB jumping in the pits. Been on a new fresh set of tyres. We've got Felzy in the Mercedes. Duck Puncher in the Haas in P6. Little Casper in P7. And the other Mercedes of Zachary in P... Oh, no, it was Restless Orb. Gets a drive-through penalty. So he's not having a good time of it. Batman in the Ferrari in P9. And Nutsy in... Is that an Alfa Romeo? And up that Restless Orb has another penalty. So surely it's not 2 penalties. Surely not. Let's have a quick squiz. Just drive through. Just says drive through, so we will see how we go on this. And apologies for the issues you may have experienced with the stream, but we are back. We are back. We're on lap 11 as the drivers... it says virtual safety car on our screen, but there's actually a safety car out there. So that seems a bit cooked. But anyway, we will... We'll just... I guess the game knows what the game's doing, so... We've got a safety car there, so we'll follow around behind the safety car. Ignore the virtual safety car up there in the top left. This is a classic Cody's. It's a new one. It's a new one I don't think I've seen before, unless there's a massive glitch. But let's just hope it's not, and hope we go racing in probably the end of this lap. Hopefully the end of this lap. It is still bucketing down. It is rainy. Let's put it onto our... Let's look at our tyres. So all on inters. Kirko switched early onto those wets. So I don't know. There is a bit of a dry line, but maybe the wets will work for him if you can keep it in those, I guess, those wet parts, cool the tyres down. You don't want to get too overheated. We've got safety car in this lap, and our top left screen changed to safety car now. So this is good. We will be able to ride on board with... Let's go on board with Pajala on this restart as the safety car is coming in. Right on board with the Williams bus. We'll be doing his damnedest on this restart, as will Gob, as Arthur's gone down a couple of positions at the back there, but looks like something might be happening down there, but that's okay. As we go on with Gob. Gob has control. Gob's taken off. Duck's got himself a 3-second penalty. Gob's gone. Bajala does a really good job of staying with him. Batman does a really good job of staying with Bajala. Then we've got VSX right on his rear. He would be just smelling pure fluids. Is he going to send it? No, he decides better. The Ferrari has the position. He decides better than to send it there. So Really nice racing from VSX. You thought he had the bit of the run on, but no, he decided better and just thought I'd sit behind for a little bit. So we'll go down the grid a little bit. There's a little bit of gap formed between Duck Puncher and Casper here. Casper's got, let's pop down to this. Arthur's lost another, Chevy Wolves, and these couple of guys seem to have lost a bit of time at the back there. I don't know if something happened, but right on board with Nutsy into the hairpin. Can he get the better traction out? Can he put some pressure on Batman? Again, because it's wet, there's no DRS enabled. There is no extra help down these straights. It's all pure race. It's all pure battery management. As Gob sets a new fastest lap. This guy's on another level tonight. This is insane. The gap is already out to 2.6. And yes, I know we still have the safety car up in the top left, but these boys are going racing, so we'll just continue to follow this. We will ignore that for now until there is actually a safety car. But yes, looks a bit funny. But anyway, as we've got this battle for second at the moment between Pajala, Jerabot, VSX, Felsy's in there, and then Duck Puncher. So this group of 5 cars covered by a couple of seconds. I'm sure they'd love a bit of DRS. And then you got Zachary in the Mercedes. But yes, this is allowing Gob to just check out in front. He's just cruising. And still setting fastest laps. I mean, crazy. If it was me, I'd be trying to conserve tyres a little bit as Casper and Batman go side to side for a little bit. Jay Swole wants to get involved. Nutsy goes around the outside. Runs out of room. But can he make a move down this straight here using some battery? Jay Swole gets past Casper. Nutsy gets past Casper. So Casper might have a little bit of an issue here, but a couple of the boys get in front of him there. So they move themselves up those positions as we've got Zachary sort of just cruising in the Mercedes in a race of his own at the moment. He's got to try and close up onto this battle pack for second, which Gob is 3.6, 3.7, increasing all the time. Gap on Pajala. Casper picks himself up a penalty as Pajala looks to be just holding his position here. It's down to 4 seconds. He knows Gob isn't his race. Gob's going for the title. Pajala wants that podium. He wants to talk to us here in the comments box. Again, apologies, I don't know what that safety car signal is still doing there, but it is there, and we will just move on as... Ooh, missed that, but VSX makes a move on Jerabot in the hairpin, leaves himself open to a Ferrari move down the straight. No, the Ferrari backs out. He's gone back to none, changed to medium. So he's managing his ERS. He doesn't have a lot of it to manage, but a couple of these boys are using. Pajala's using as well. So there's not a lot of battery saved between these top 6. Or sorry, 5 of the top 6. They've probably got about 100% between them, and then we got Gob up there, who's just cruising on 82%. So he just doesn't want to have any issues. Make sure those tyres can go to where he wants them to be. Let's see if we can find nice little battle that's going on. We'll keep our eyes, but Nutsy trying to get past Batman. Arthur trying to get past Nutsy. Oh, as Arthur sends it. Arthur sent it from a long way back. Lucky that he didn't spin into a wall, and also lucky he didn't spin Nutsy into a wall, but that was very crazy move as we've got a Red Bull of Chevy Wolves moving slowly. He's missing the left part of his wing, so it looks like he has hit a wall or done something crazy. But no, he will. It looks like he's just going to let these guys past. Well, he lets Casper past anyway. Oh, and he's around again. Oh no. Oh no, and he's lost the other half of his wing. A little bit of debris on that track there, but he's going again. He'll have to box and change that. That is unable to be driven, as we'll go back up to this fight for second. We know how good Bajala is placing his car. Can VSX and does VSX have the patience to find the right time to overtake this Williams that Bajala will be making 3 wide at some stages? Not in a bad way. He just is very great racecraft and just really knows where to put his car to make it, I would say hard, but it's bare on impossible. Bare on impossible to pass the guy sometimes. So VSX just needs to find his spot. So they go into the hairpin. He's very close. And he's going to use all that battery. Bajala doesn't have as much battery. How much is VSX willing to use to get past? And he does. He gets it done as Bajala comes straight into the pits. And he boxes. And VSX goes on. We've got Falsey who goes past. We've got Bajala in the pits. J-Robot in the pits. Duck Puncher in the pits. It's right on board. Nutsy gets a 10-second penalty. Let's see a Haas pit stop. Fresh inters go on the Duck. And he pops out. So a couple of boys taking pit stops here. I don't know if these tyres, obviously, I don't think they can go to the end. So we might be looking at a 2-stop. So maybe the likes of Gob, VSX, Felzy, J-Swole. Or J-Swole's box, sorry. Batman. So maybe these boys are thinking they can try and make them last the end. Actually, sorry. My apologies. My math was all off then. I thought it was lap 8, not lap 18. My apologies. No, those tyres should go to the end. If they've done 17 laps on them, they should be able to get those done. Jetstar, welcome, mate. Hopefully that link works for you, bruz. So if not, let us know and we can get someone to get in touch with you, my man, and get you in. As was that Arthur? Arthur sent a dive on, or sent a move on Batman, and Batman obliges and does what he can. So Gob has a 6-second lead out front. When does he think about boxing? Obviously, these boys behind have boxed. Go down in the McLaren of Mr. Felty Rabbit. On the Williams of Goffey. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. Avoids the wall of champions, and he moves himself up to P6 as we've got Felzy and Batman now in the box for fresh inters. So Felty on Arthur, J-Swole, Arthur, Non-Stop, and Felty all on a bit of a different strategy, considering they boxed a bit earlier onto those intermediates. So they'll be doing a little bit longer than these other guys, but they need to make the most of those before it comes to it, as we've got the 2 Williams here. Goffey pulls out of the side. He says, nah, you're my teammate. Off you go. Really nicely done by Goffey. He does let the Ferrari pass, though, as well. So Bajala might have preferred that a little bit of a team game with the Ferrari, but no, that's okay. Goffey does a really nice job for his team there. And, we almost saw Jeremiah run straight into the back of Bajala. He gets it stopped. The Haas of Duck Puncher gets in front of his fellow owner, Goffey. Goffey says, I know I've got old tyres. I'm going to do my best. And he gets back in front of Duck Puncher. And so Goffey leads them back in as he's slipping and turning. Duck picks himself up another penalty, as I think Goffey picked up a penalty there as well, as Gob's in the pits. So Gob has boxed. He's come out in P4. So in front of Non-Stop and Felty, who boxed earlier, behind J Swole and Arthur, who boxed earlier. We've still got VSX to box. So he will be trying to work out what he can do. Again, he's got to be patient here. He doesn't want to risk a spin or damage and have to box again. But we'll go back up to the Williams of Pajala. So he's come out, probably a good 6 seconds ahead of Pajala, which I don't think these boys would mind too much. I don't think Pajala cares. Pajala wants to be on that podium. He doesn't mind who wins. He would love to win, but if it's not his race, he's just going to do his thing in classic Pajala style. As we've got Gob getting ready to send it on the Alpine of Arthur, as he backs out and thinks I better not. Bit too risky into here. There's not very many times the cars can go too wide through there as he gets the move done on Arthur on the main straight. And Arthur's still fights him back. So Arthur's fighting this back. Gob wants it. Gob wants it. This has brought Non-Stop back into it. Gob's ahead now. Arthur ain't going to give it up. Now he has to sort of slip back in line. So Arthur made him work for it, but Gob gets the move done. And this opens up Arthur to the attack of Non-Stop now. So Non-Stop in the RB gets a really nice corner there. Has to lift off a little bit to avoid running into the back of the Alpine. But Non-Stop will want to get past here as soon as he can. Go down to Pajala as he makes the move on Felty down that straight. So Pajala gets himself up into P5. You've got Jerabot and Felty. Felty getting on those old tires. Oh, gets on the curb a little bit too much. Very tricky here, especially in the wet. Gets a bad exit. And we see Non-Stop gets past Arthur for P3. So now we've got Jerabot all over the back of Felty. He's going to go right up the very inside. Can he get the car stopped? I imagine he picked up a warning, but he gets that move done. So nicely done. As then we've got VSX making the move on Felty. Opportunist move there. He takes the opportunity to slip through as we've got Arthur into the pits now. So go up the top as our, I guess, net race lead. We don't know how long these inters. Yeah, let him cook, man. But he just boxed, so that was good from the lad. But now he's boxed, so he's going to have some fresh tires now, hopefully that he can come out onto, and he's put on used set. He's put on a used set now, so that's interesting. Must be the game put him on a used set. So anyway, our net, I guess, race leader and our championship leader, we think, again, how long these intermediates can go, we don't know. We'll find out. Is chasing down J-Swole in the RB. Can he get it done here? No. Has to back out. He's not far enough alongside. And this is bringing Non-Stop back into it. As we've got VSX makes a move on the Ferrari. Duck Punchy gets past the McLaren of Felty. And Non-Stop makes the move on Gob. Gob comes back and Gob keeps the position. But very, very nice opportune move there from Non-Stop. Or, while you guys battle, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna have a crack. And obviously that's going to help out his teammate as well. So the more pressure that Non-Stop can put on Gob, that means the less pressure that Gob will be able to put on J-Swole. The more Gob has to look in his rear view mirrors, the less he can do looking forward. So right on board with Non-Stop here. He's struggling a little bit just with traction and wear, and I guess those 11 lap old tyres. As we go into the hairpin, Gob goes a bit wide. Non-Stop doesn't get a great exit. The best one was J-Swole out of the three of them, and now it's this big straight along. I'm pretty sure it's a lake or a sea or something. It's along something, some body of water, and then into the chicane. Oh, Gob looks to have hit the wall of champions there. So I don't know if he's got damage, but His car looks okay. Looks to hit it pretty side on. So I think he survived that one a little bit. As now he's going to go for a move in for the lead, and he gets it. So Gob now in the lead from the two RBs. So Gob gets his move done. Obviously no DRS, so he's got to try and pull away any way he can. But he's also got to look after those tyres, because we saw in the first bit he just kept pushing. So if he can keep pushing, look after his tyres, then absolutely go for it. But now it's the two RBs, so I assume would hold station. And then we've got VSX and the Alpine. So the Alpine will want to be trying to close up on these two RBs, as Gob already has a 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 second advantage now at the front of the pack. So we've got VSX trying to close up on these RBs. Then there's a bit of a gap back to the Ferrari of Jerabot with Pajala behind him. Then we've got Duck in the Haas. And then you've got Falsey. Two Mercedes basically in a bit of a race of their own. They're a bit separated between drivers. And so is everyone else, to be fair. You've got Goffey, I would say, say within DRS range, but there is no DRS. But he is closing on Felty quite quickly too, actually as it bounces out a little bit. So that tyre gap, as Felty has boxed. So Felty must have just boxed, and that's what's put him down there. And apologies, I missed that. So that's put him down into the clutches of Goffey, but looks to be holding that gap. As we'll go back up the top here, as we've got the two RBs and an Alpine coming up to the hairpin. VSX gets very close to Non-Stop there. Non-Stop gets very close to J-Swall. VSX rides the curb. Doesn't get a great exit. The two RBs get a better exit. They may be able to use their battery here, as Non-Stop has lots of battery. J-Swall doesn't have a lot. Non-Stop pulls over, pulls back to the braking zone. So Non-Stop playing a really good team game here. He has plenty of battery to overtake his teammate here, but he's just sitting behind. VSX has got to be patient. He's got to find a moment. It's wet conditions. Any mistakes can happen. And he's got to make sure he's ready there to pounce. So we'll stay on board with the Alpine here as we go through, as Gob's checked out again. 4-second gap. He's just cruising. He is cruising for a win. VSX gives Non-Stop a little bump and says, "Hurry up, mate. I'm here. I need you to get your shit sorted." In the nicest way possible. But VSX has got to be patient. He's got to wait for the right time. Again, he's got that pen. So take a quick look at the pens again. He's got that 3-second pen. Duck Puncher has 6. He sends it on the outside of the hairpin. Non-Stop says, "Nah, not today, mate." Keeps his line and gets a nice exit, as we'll stay on board. So yeah, Duck Puncher has 6. Nutsy has that 10-second speeding in pit lane. Felty, Goffey, Casper, and Restless Orb all with 3 seconds. As this seems to be the choice battle of the night, as we've got 2 RBs and an Alpine fighting for Ps 2 through 4, and all the meanwhile, did he get a bit of damage there? I think he might have. VSX gave Non-Stop another bump. It seems to be okay. He's got to be careful. He's got to be careful, because as the tyres get worn, the track's slippery. He doesn't want to risk taking a car out and getting a bigger pen. So he's just got to be patient. Be patient here. And this has brought the Ferrari of Jerabot into this mix. And Pajala and Duck aren't far behind them as well. But the RBs won't care. They're in 2 and 3. They got a podium, double podium here. They won't care about other cars behind this lot. They just want this, as VSX does make the move into the hairpin. Non-stop's going to fight it back. Oh, I don't know about that. But yeah, non-stop ends up being in P5. So VSX, going on board with VSX as he's going to make a move on the other RBs. He's given the bump the whole way through the chicane. He's got to be careful. He's got to be careful because it's one of these days that could end badly. And he's going to go into turn, I think they call that turn 2, but it's turn 1 up the inside. So VSX up into P2. He does have that pen. So Non-stop gets back into P4 on the Ferrari. I think from what I saw earlier, I think the RBs have got to probably switch here. I think Non-stop had the pace. He's been a good teammate to Jay Swoll, keeping VXX behind him as long as he could, but I think there's plenty of times he could have overtaken him, particularly sitting with battery gap. Like, Jerobot's got a lot, and he's got a lot. Non-stop's got a lot, so we'll see. And obviously, the King out front, 9.8 seconds. Got all the battery in the world. He has definitely been on another level tonight. He doesn't even know what to do. He's just chilling. All he's got to do is keep it mistake free, as that's beautiful through there. Glides the car very nicely. I don't know if he was wiggling around for the stream, or I don't know if everyone saw that, but a little bit of a wiggle there just to say g'day. Maybe a little bit of heat in those front tyres. Maybe that's his trick. Maybe he's keeping that heat in the front tyres by giving us a little waggle there. Checking on the chat. Not a lot going on, guys. If you have anything to say, come say g'day. Put any predictions. Put anything you want to see. Anything you want to know. Let's get it out there, because we've got a race, and VSX is trying to chase down Gob, but at this stage it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it, as we've got a kick just chilling out in front. VSX has built himself a gap to Non-stop now, so Non-stop did get past Jay Swoll, as I would have expected. Looks like Non-stop has a bit more pace than his teammate, but Jay Swoll also looks to have a bit more pace than the Ferrari of Jerobod. But then we've also got Pajala and Duck Puncher. While all those guys were fighting, these two have really closed up on this battle. Then you've got Batman. Batman on the Mercedes. He tried to go for it. Thought better. What can he do down this main straight? Don't think he's close enough. No, he's not. He's going to have to wait for another opportunity there on that one. We'll go up to the Ferrari of Jerobot and the RB of Jay Swoll. The RBs would love to get P3 and P4 in this race, but we've got the Ferrari of Jerobot, and there's all sorts of pressure on all these drivers, because one mistake, you fall down to probably seventh behind Duck, as we have a yellow flag. It looks to be, there was a McLaren there. Looks to be a McLaren on Goffey. Some sort of issue down here, but looks to have sorted itself out, so that's good. We can continue to go racing, as we'll go back up to our battle with Jerobot and Jay Swoll as they come into the hairpin. Who can get a good exit? Both seem pretty well. Jerobot screws around a little bit, but he's quite close, using all his battery. Jay Swoll moves over to the middle, and no, he can't get quite close enough to make a move. So he's going to have to sit behind a little bit, as VSX has pulled out a second of Gob's lap, as Jerobot goes down the outside into turn 1, and he's ahead. So Jerobot pulls himself up into P4. Fantastic move there after that straight, as Felty picks himself up a penalty, as now we've got Duck Puncher in the Haas looking to make the most of this battle. I think those inters of J Swole are starting to go off a little bit, just with how long he's been on. And 20 laps is a lot. So can he hold on? He's already dropped 4/10 to Duck Puncher behind. So can Duck in the Haas? He is one of the owners. He was a full-time Tier 3 driver. He was a full-time Tier 4 driver. Now he's reserve. Every TP wants him on his team, as he's going to do things like this. He gets a really good exit out of the hairpin, and he's going to use... He doesn't have a lot of battery to use, and that's going to be his downfall. But either is J-Swole. J-Swole doesn't have a lot either. And Pajala will be coming to join this battle soon, but no, the boys use too much of their battery. But Duck now can sit behind, let his tyres do the talking, because he does have the better set. Oh, he makes a nice move down the outside, down the inside into turn 2. I think they call it turn 3, but down the inside of turn 2. And Duck gets a very nice move done there on J-Swole. So Duck gets himself up into P5. Obviously he has those pens, but he won't care. He'll say, nah, got a position, made a nice move. I am Duck Puncher. Here I am. So very nice move there from Duck, as Gob has got that lead out the front, back out to 10 seconds. As really the closest battle now is going to be J-Small still on the back of Duck. And then you've got Pajala in the Williams, as we do have... Oh, no, is that Gob? No, it is his teammate, Lil Casper. We have a safety car. We have a safety car. So this field will neutralize. It's not... The field won't even neutralize. I don't think... I'm pretty sure we'll go racing again at the end of this lap. So who boxes? So far, no one's boxed. If you've got a gap, you want to box, but it doesn't look like anyone has got a really good gap to box into. As Duck Puncher has boxed. Duck has boxed. So Duck is going to box. He's going to come out... Probably as Zachary's pitted. Felty stayed out. Nutsy boxed. Goffy boxed. So Duck's going to come out... P11. Duck's going to come out P11. So not the... I mean, he was P5. But as I said, we probably will go racing at the end of this lap. Just because... We need a couple of racing laps, and the game won't allow it for... Yeah, that's what I think. Quiet Cake. I think, yep, there is safety car in this lap straight away. So I don't know if it was worth boxing for some of those lads, but look, it's always worth a gamble. It's always worth trying something different. As we'll ride on board with VSX under this... Actually, we'll go we'll go VSX. Oh, there's Non-Stop's got the the Red Bull of Kirko in front of him. As VSX has got to be careful here. He can't get too far alongside. Let's just relax. Sit behind. There you go. There you go. That's it. As they're not doing a lot of tyre warming, so this could be interesting going into turn 1. As Arthur picks himself up a 10-second penalty as Gob is gone. So Gob is gone. VX has gone with him. They caught Non-Stop napping. Oh, sorry. Non-Stop has that Red Bull in front of him. And then the Haas. So that's the Haas of Restless Orb that Jerabot has got to deal with. And that's Kirko and Restless Orb he's got to deal with. And then Pajala's got, Kirko in front of him as well, who's going to let him pass. Very nicely done by the Red Bull of Kirko. As Hobbs can't break away from VSX. They've broken from Non-Stop. Non-Stop's gone, but that could also be the tyres. Non-Stop is on older tyres, so Gob and the VSX have pulled very much away from this group, but Gob hasn't lost VSX. So even though VSX has that penalty, he'll want to win on track. He'll go, no, doesn't matter. Got the win on track. Let's go. As we've got, you can see the pens there. So VSX with 3 seconds, Arthur with 10, Felty Duck with 6, Zachary Goffey with 3, Nutsy's got a drive through, and Restless has a 3 second. And again, we can see that the game has got us stuck on a safety car, but we are definitely not under safety cars. Pajala just picks himself up with a 3 second penalty. That is not what he wanted in P5. He had such a good race starting P2. And now that probably will drop him to around P9, unfortunately. As we'll go down to, we've got the Mercedes of Falsey trying to get past that Williams of Pajala we were talking about then. On the final lap of the race, I even forgot that we are there, but this is it. We'll go on board with our... He is dominated from qualifying to the start of the race you had with Maxi, to the second part of the race with Maxi, and then to the end of the race with me. He has dominated. He has just lit it up. Strategy game on point, driving on point, setup on point, and the kick of Almighty Gob is going to extend his championship lead out to, I think it's about 45 points from the other team, and he will win the Canadian Grand Prix from VSX in the Alpine. Does a really nice job. Nonstop comes home in P3. Felzy jumps up into P4 on Pens. Jerabot P5 in Ferrari. Jay Swoll in the RB in P6, and then the other Ferrari Batman in P7. Pajala drops down to P8 with that pen, but really nice drive from him starting P2. Duck Punch, a great drive. After that, late box, jumps up into P9. So very nicely done. Fell to the Rabbit in the McLaren P10. Zachary in the Mercedes P11. Arthur in the other Alpine P12. Goffey in P13. Nutsy, I think we're just waiting to finish, are we? Or is he finished? I think we're waiting for him to finish. So wait for him to cross the line. But here we P14, Restless Orb P15, Kirko P16. And that, upon confirmation, is your finishing order for the Canadian Grand Prix in Tier 4. Yeah. Nice one, Quiet Cake. He was very good today. As Nonstop picks up driver of the day, but Gob David drove an absolutely superb race. He dominated from start to finish. So very well done from him. Well done from all the lads, to be honest, from what I saw. It was very nicely done. A couple of issues, but in the wet, it's very easily done. But the boys drove well, and there was only 2 DNFs. It looks like those 2 DNFs were, from what I saw anyway, were potentially self-made or just the conditions. As we'll go through to our final grid. As we said, we've got most of them. And then, Nutsy in 14th, Restless Orb in 15th, Kirko 16th, Casper 17th. Chevy Wolves was a DNF in 8th. Oh, sorry, Casper was a DNF as well in 17. That's Casper, I just said. Chevy Wolves in P18 was a DNF. Combo Oli a DNF in P19. So that is it from Tier 4 at Canada. Great race from these boys. They did very well in the wet conditions. Almighty Gob absolutely dominated the race. And Nonstop had 4 pit stops and comes home in P3. Well done to him as well. So thank you, everyone, for being here. You guys are legends. Please join us shortly for Tier 3 in Canada as well. So Tier 3, we go racing in about half an hour's time. So be there or be square, and we will see you then. Join in then, or if you want, someone a little bit faster, the tier two boys go off on Tuesday, and then the big dogs, the tier one lads, the quickest there is, go around in tier one on a Wednesday. You have a good Sunday. Join us for tier three soon. Bye.